Check 1 2 2. Check 1 2. Test test 2. Anything? Anything? Check 2. Can people hear me? Check 1 2. Test 2. 1 2. Test 2. 1 2. Check 2. Oh. Oh, this day. This day. Hi, everybody. Hi, Arvanauts. Hi, everyone. This day can go look at a cliff's edge and run right for the cliff's edge and leap off. That's what this day can do. God damn it, this day. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you all. How's everyone doing? Good? I'm doing great. Oh, my God. Why do I sound like a gerbil? Please don't tell me that, Demiser. Seriously? I sound like a gerbil? Why do I sound like a gerbil? What do you mean? It doesn't sound right all of a sudden? Oh, okay. So that was great. So, yeah, let me explain what just happened there. So I have had a crazy amount of stuff. Hey, Diddy. I've had a crazy amount of stuff going on today. It is the end of the semester. This is my third day on campus this week. I had 2 sets of night classes because that certainly makes logical sense for the schedule to put all the classes in the last final week. That's a great idea. Yeah, so I've been doing nothing but running around like mad. And I get back ready finally to kick back and relax. And then poor Senevine has got, I've got to talk to her because she has this like meltdown from this thing that happened at school. So I've got to talk to her. That happens at the last possible second. I come in and the internet craps the bed. And so that's nice. So that means the internet goes down for 5 minutes, or 10 minutes actually. And while the internet's down, I'm frantically trying to get on, using a mobile app, which of course I don't have installed on my phone. So I have to install the mobile app on my phone so I can get there. Just as I do that, the internet comes back up. And in the process of dealing with all of that, all of a sudden my mic comes down because I somehow hit a toggle switch and didn't realize that I hit a toggle switch. So yes, so what a wonderful, awesome day. This has been, God almighty. I don't even know what to say. It was just, yeah, chaos is the word for it. It is good to see everybody. I am sorry that I'm on late. I am very sorry about all of it, really. Sometimes days happen where you just want the day to go die in a fire. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But it's good to see all of you. I hope you guys are doing well. I almost don't feel like I have the energy to go through the stuff to do for the channel because that was just such something that I shouldn't say of a start. But anyway, but it's good to see everybody here. Exclamation point CTT, hit that video share button. Definitely hit refresh. Oh, I hear you. Thanks, FG. Yeah, so, thanks, FG, I appreciate it. Yeah, God, what a nightmare. Exclamation point CTT or hitting the video share button under the window will, help tweet out the stream, which would be awesome. Also, giving information about, the previous, broadcast. You can do that by going to YouTube. Exclamation point RFTube will get you over to my YouTube channel where you can check all the past broadcasts of the stream, and exclamation point Steam group will get you over to the Arvanauts Steam group. We're up to 228 members over at the Steam group right now. And I think we have, excuse me, 312 YouTube subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So all of that is a way that you can help the stream. A couple of announcements. First of all, day 13 of Pillars of Eternity tonight. Tomorrow should be, if all goes well, Icewind Dale, playing with the Infinity Beyond guys. Foom is not going to be on with us because Foom's got a ton of stuff that he's doing. But I think everybody should be on. I haven't heard from Inam yet, but other than that, I think everyone should be there, and we'll have our good friend Saad, who will be there as well. So that is happening tomorrow. And then next week, will be moving on to continue with Pillars of Eternity. It looks like we'll be able to get Pillars of Eternity done before The Witcher 3 comes out. If all goes well, what I'd love to do, what I'm hoping to do, is to finish with Pillars of Eternity, to finish then with the Trails in the Sky, Legend of Heroes that I was playing before. That's probably like 2 sessions away from being finished. And then when that's done, move on to a fighting fantasy game book, Space Assassin. And if there's any time left after that before The Witcher 3 comes out, I may do the To Be or Not To Be Choose Your Own Adventure book that Tin Man Games came out with. I've been talking to Ben Cosmina and Kamina Vincent about bringing them back on, so I may be able to do that in the future. And then late May, when The Witcher 3 is released, I will be playing that, and I'm going to try to get those guys on for an interview as well a couple of weeks after that. So that's what we're looking like over the next month or so, yeah, so that's what's happening. I'll make this announcement again as well, but I want to mention that next week, Friday night, or Friday late afternoon, I should say, Satobo and I are going to be presenting at Philadelphia Comic-Con. We're going to be talking about social networking and social media and promotion, basically, and networking for the speculative fiction author and other creatives. And we're going to be doing that at Philly Comic-Con next week at 4:30. And in fact, it just struck me, I'm actually going to look up quickly and see whether or not they've put the schedule up, because they had listed us as having done that, and I want to see if they did. Let's see. Maybe under show highlights? Maybe not show highlights. All they're showing me in show highlights is like the fact that Sting is going to be there. And, oh. That's why, because I wasn't on Philadelphia specifically. Okay, search for. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Programming. Here we go. Friday, May 8th. Let's wait for it. Yes, here we go. From 4 o'clock to 4:45, networking and promotion for creators in the online age, Twitch TV, podcasts, and Patreon. So that's going to be happening at 4 o'clock on Friday, May 8th. So if anyone is in the Philadelphia area, I would love to see any or all of you guys there. What's up, Messiah? I would love to see any or all of you guys there. If you were there, that would be lovely, and you can hang out with me and Satobo. So that's happening Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, I should be back in time to be able to do my normal Friday night stream. Now, Saturday, May 9th. Saturday, May 9th. This is a big deal. Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a major announcement. That is Twitch related on my channel. I've been teasing this for a while, and it's now coming close to being a reality. So a week from this Saturday, Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. is a big announcement. I would really appreciate it if you let everybody know. I'd like to have as big or bigger a turnout than what I had when I announced the publishing deal and all that stuff with Ed Greenwood. This is going to be a big deal for the channel, so I would really appreciate it if people were here. Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my announcement. No, I didn't kill Dumbledore. First of all, I couldn't. Secondly, I wouldn't. So that's how that goes. So, yes, so Friday, May 8th, Philly Comic-Con. I'll try to stream it on Twitch if I can, but no guarantee that the internet will be good enough. Otherwise, Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll have a normal stream Friday night, but then also Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, or Eastern Daylight Savings, I should say. We will be having our discussion, and I'll have that major announcement on my channel. So, I think that's all I have to say for now, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and let's turn on this. All right. Hi, everyone. It's good to see everybody. And on top of everything else, so check this out. See this? That right there. Wait, you probably can't see it yet, right? I'll probably remove this on stream later on. Do you guys see that? That is because, that little thing right there, that is a acupuncture needle. Because I went to my acupuncturist today. Usually I go to my acupuncturist on Wednesdays, but I had a Monday schedule, school schedule, which I've already talked about. And so I ended up having instead, we ended up doing our usual appointment today. So, and let me tell you right now, for the last week or so, I've been having this ringing in my right ear, which is called tinnitus. And I think it may be related to strain in the neck. And anyway, it doesn't matter the reasons. But so she decided, so she was working on it, and I wanted to sort of go to talk to her about it. She she did not mess around, I'm here to tell you. Like, she had these needles sort of like, at one point I had needle like here, like basically the whole, I looked like Pinhead at one point, you know what I mean? Like just all around in that area. And then like the wrist and all that stuff. And then she's like, okay, so I'm going to leave this in here, and then you're going to remove it in about 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, okay. So in about 15, 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be removing this. And, yeah. My father had it, Zebchi. I'm going to say hi to everybody in just a minute, but thank you, 5x9. Yes, go Red Sox. So, yeah, it's fun. But curious. Stay tuned for Arv's unboxing of his wrist. Yeah, my father had tinnitus, but he had it because when he was a kid, he worked at a bowling alley, and this is before they had the automatic like pin setters. So my dad, they would like bowl the ball down the alley, and then my dad would hurriedly put the pins back up in their right place. And so he basically worked in a bowling alley when he was a kid for, I don't know how long, I guess 6-7 months over the summer or whatever, or 6-7 months during one particular year. And it basically did damage to his hearing. So he always had this ringing in his ears. I have not had that, however. And I think what happened was, I'm guessing this is what happened. Either I have a sinus infection, which I hope is not the case, or I slept on it wrong because I fell asleep grading, because I'm in the midst of doing a bunch of grading, end of semester stuff. And I woke up, and the way that my dentist explained it to me, because I had a cleaning with him, and my acupuncturist explained it, is that there's a muscle that runs from your middle ear all the way down your jawline to about your chin. And if you guys have ever been at a loud rock concert or something like that where it's super loud, that muscle clenches involuntarily to basically dampen the sound to protect your ears. And so when you leave like a sporting event or a concert or something like that, you'll notice your ears are still ringing. And they'll be like that usually for, 12 hours, something like that, until that muscle gradually relaxes. But sometimes it doesn't do that right away. And the way that my dentist explained it to me is if you're holding something super heavy, after a while your muscles will start to, kind of start to shake like this. And that's basically what was happening, he thought, with this area that went from, my middle ear down to my jaw. So who knows if that's actually what went on or whatever. And it's mild. It's not like a big deal, but it's noticeable and it's annoying. And also, I have this tendency to catastrophize health problems. So if something happens to me, I'm immediately like, wait a minute, does that mean that there's something terrible wrong with my brain? And my acupuncturist was like, no. And my dentist was like, no. So everyone I've talked to is like, no. So, but nonetheless, it's unusual for me, and so I was there getting that treated today. So consequence, needle in the wrist, painful acupuncture session, got back home, meltdown from the daughter, dealt with that, got here, internet blew up, fixed the internet problem, somehow hit a toggle switch on my microphone so that wasn't working, and so after all of that, finally, I'm here with all of you. Oh my God. Okay, so with all that said, let me actually say hello to everybody. I just went to a death metal concert. No, but I do remember when I was a season ticket holder to the University of Connecticut Huskies. You guys know that was my alma mater, the University of Connecticut. And I used to go to the Hartford Civic Center, which was near where I went to school. I went to the UConn Hartford branch for the first 2 years. And so I would go to the Hartford Civic Center. And there were times when you would leave, especially like big Big East games towards the, when you were coming up on the tournament, where I would leave the Hartford Civic Center and I could not hear myself think. It was so loud in there. And I mean, I wasn't using earplugs. I use earplugs all the time when I play with my band and stuff like that. But for something like that, it didn't even occur to me. So definitely I felt my ears kind of ringing after that. But then it faded, after time. This was something that's kind of stuck with me for about a week, which worried me. But at the same time, basically I was told, don't worry about it, and we're going to treat it. But good God, man. So with that said, let me say hi. You got an, oh wait, all right. I want to hear more about that insect, and I also want to hear more about that, Parker. But first of all, let me say hi to everybody. Zebchi, hello to Zebchi, hello to Call, hello to Vacan, what's up, Roix, hi Redlear, what's up, Kuthek, hello Obmi, what's up, Not Diddy, hello Mr. Wonders, what's up, Messiah, hello Mercurius, hello Insect, hello Hippo, good to see you 5x9, what's up, Parker, hello Dakame, oh gosh, Parker, I owe you some money. And I just realized that I owe you some money. So I'm going to make a note to pay you when the stream comes to an end. I apologize, sir. As I say, this has been a crazy busy week, actually couple of weeks, so I apologize. Parker is the audio editor for my podcast Speculate, in case you guys are wondering what this is all about. All right, so I'm going to mark that down right now so I don't forget. Pay Parker. I almost said pay Peter Parker. Pay Peter Parker for being Spider-Man. No, pay Parker for Speculate. Edit. Okay, and let's go. Set that. And reminder. Location. Online. Okay, sorry about that, dude. All right, so now I've got that set. So now I'm going to remember to pay him. So, On with my hellos to everybody. Hi to Kame. Hello, Blackberry Bear. Hello to my mods. Hello to Thor. Hello to Lego. Hello to Dragon Spear. Hello to Demiser. Good to see all of you guys. Okay. Now, I noticed that I missed some chat on the way down here. Let's see. Lego, I'm in a good mood because I'm trying to get an internship with my university's athletic department to be a cameraman for their sports department. I have a meeting with the guy tomorrow. Nice, Lego. Good luck, man. I'm sure you will get it. Good stuff. And Zebchi, I'm sorry to hear you're having the same kind of week, man, but hopefully we can all support each other, right? Okay. As far as the Red Sox is concerned, is the bookshelf supposed to be on fire like that? Thanks, Demiser. I see how it is. And yeah, we already talked about the tinnitus thing. Got ears for too many concerts and too much shooting. Yeah, it's not fun, man. It sure isn't fun. They are working on things to cure it, though. There are a lot of people doing active research, which I'm sure you already know. But I'm not in the Boston area, Five, but I used to be, I got my doctorate from Brandeis University, which is up in Waltham, right outside of Boston. So I'm a big-time Red Sox fan, big Celtics fan. Not a big Patriots fan, though. I'm a Steelers fan, so I kind of went left there. But I love Boston, actually. I live down in New York City, but if it were up to me, I'd like to be in Boston. I really like that area. And Southern New Hampshire, my guitarist, I've played shows in Southern New Hampshire. I like New Hampshire a lot. And actually, my guitarist, my ex-guitarist from the band, lives in Southern New Hampshire. An ex-guitarist only because he got tired of playing out. He basically retired from playing out. But he still lives up in Southern New Hampshire. So I used to go up all the time. We actually recorded our first album largely at his place in Nashua. So let's see. What else? You're going to be in New York City to see Opeth. Nice, man. Nice stuff, the Beacon Theater. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, I think I'm going to be going to see, I'm trying to get tickets to go see this folk duo that I've talked about before called Tall Heights, who I think is amazing. I actually think that I think they're the best folk duo since Simon and Garfunkel. Like, not hyperbole. I think they're unbelievable how good they are. And, like, their first album, if you get a chance to listen to it, maybe I'll actually play it on stream. I should write them a letter and see if they're cool with me doing that. But Man of Stone was their second album. It's amazing. And the reason I was thinking about it is they're from up in Boston. So I actually saw them for the first time with some friends at Quincy Market. They were just sort of playing outside. Great sound, great songwriters, and like really, really, like, they should be at Newport Folk Festival good. Like, they're that good. So anyway, so I think I'm going to be seeing them. They're going to be coming down to New York and playing at the Mercury Lounge on June 3rd. So I'm hoping to look forward to seeing them. Very different from Opeth, though. My ex-guitarist was a big Opeth fan as well. So you got an award and you got to eat with the mayor. What'd you get an award for, Insect? Did you save somebody? What'd you do? The award is the Turnaround Award. Oh, as you're describing it to me. From the state, each school chooses one student that's the most improved student, like a Nice, dude. Congratulations, Insect. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I'm glad to hear that. I think it's cool that they have an award like that because, I don't know, I like the idea of giving students that are, you know, turning it around and have really done something, giving them an award. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's really cool. You should be proud of that. Let's see. You live one town west of Nashua? Nice. Hey, Adam. Adam Maniac. What's up, man? It's been a long time. They are called Tall Heights. And in fact, I will show you. I'm wondering if I can risk playing them. You know what? I'm going to take a risk. I hope this doesn't get muted. I really hope it doesn't. I'm sure they wouldn't mind at all. But let's see. But I'm going to play, this first one is pretty quick, and I'm going to actually play it for you guys because I really, really like it. So let me actually pop this up and see. Hold on one second. I'm going to do more than link it in chat, actually. I'm going to play it in full, glorious 720p. All right, give me a second. I'm actually going to play this, and then we are going to get into games, I promise. But these guys are really, really good. Let me see if I can do that a little better than that. There we go. Let's go with select region. This is not a long song. And this again is off of their album Man of Stone. And I have to emphasize that I have Parker's going to agree with me on this. For anyone who has ever played a show live, and I've played in a number of venues live, We musicians have great admiration for people who sound as good or better live as they do in the studio. It's not to say that we don't like studio work. I do like studio work. But there's something to be said for someone that doesn't need an auto-tuner to make something work, if you follow what I mean. So let me play this for you guys. And hold on, I'm going to move that to the bottom. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So this one is called Man of Stone, and then we'll get playing, but I really like these guys.
Wearing the name on my body, painting the faith on my soul, baring my teeth just to hold on, practice the art of control. Emeralds have came and they taught me the importance of typing in bold, the weight of a simple depiction as the days unfold, as the hour grows, as the hour grows. I know that I can keep the voice of doubt from speaking on its own, 'cause I've always been a silent figure, and I've never been a man of stone. Oh, I sure don't have eyes like an eagle's. I couldn't be waiting for war. Why should I think that I'd survive in the days of yore? But the gifts of the Greeks, so they taught me that radio favors the bold. The key to survival is pleasing your rivals till the days unfold, till the hour grows, till the hour grows. I know that I can keep the voice of doubt from speaking on its own, 'cause I've always been a silent figure, and I've never been the man of stone. Oh, they taught me that wisdom began with the cold. So let me grow feeble and fragile as the days unfold.
I just think that band is unbelievable, and the lyrics. I mean, the lyrics are just out of control good. The end of that. Let me see. That last part of the lyrics is, let's see, where is it? I sure don't have eyes of an eagle. I sure don't have eyes like an eagle's. I couldn't be waiting for war. Why should I think that I'd have survived in the days of yore? But the gifts of the Greeks, oh, they taught me that radio favors the bold. The key to survival is pleasing your rivals till the days unfold, till the hour grows. I know that I can keep the voice of doubt from speaking on it, because I've always been a silent figure and I've never been a man of stone. That's the name of the song and album is Man of Stone. The fevers of Wallace, they taught me that wisdom began with a cold, so let me grow feeble and fragile as the days unfold. I just, right, Five? I mean, exactly. They have some Art Garfunkel sound. In fact, I promise we're not going to make this whole thing a Tall Heights tribute group, but let me see if I can find the one live version they did of this other song on that same album, which is, I think, this is my favorite song on the album, but this other one here is really close. It's called Out of the Ground, and I cannot believe that a man made this sound. You guys will hear what I mean when I play this. The name of it is Out of Tall Heights, Out of the Ground. And let's see. Okay. Here we go. So this is the last one. So this is them playing live at... where the hell were they for this? I don't remember where they were. This was... This is not the Mercury Lounge. I don't remember where this is, but anyway. So this is called Out of the Ground.
Thank you.
Sorry, let me make that 720. There we go.
What a wreck of a day, what a wreck of a man I've become.
That high sound is the guitarist on the left making that sound.
And what a thing to say, but I say I couldn't run.
I mean, that's falsetto like for days, man.
I try to divide myself by my desire, follow a dream to its grave, but for all the intention to bury myself, I begged and I pleaded to stay.
I mean, like, that control is unbelievable of that voice.
What a price to pay, what a price to pay for wicked pride. In what a foolish way of abandoning all that you tried. And oil's the life for a dog on a leash. I was sure I was born with the house. 'Cause in all of the ways you bury yourself, the dogs take you out of the ground. Now awake in the day when the sun is high in the sky. I'm sure I'm on my way, or at least I'm not living a lie. Oh, only to find myself looking behind at the life for which I had been bound. 'Cause in all the intention to bury myself, I'm rising up out of the ground. Yes, in all of the ways I bury myself, I am rising up out of the ground.
I mean, I think that is so good. I mean, and their sound is unbelievable. They just have an unbelievable sound. No, that is their goal, Five. Their goal is to play the Newport Festival. They ought to be there already. I mean, like, I just have not heard a better folk duo than them since Simon and Garfunkel. Because the thing is, when my friends who live up in Boston, we went up to Quincy Market, and they just happened to be there. My friend is like, oh yeah, these guys are Tall Heights. I've heard them. They're pretty good. And they started playing, and I'm like, literally my jaw was just, because the sound is just this, it's a guitar and a cello, but it just fills the freaking air. It just fills the air. And, you know, interestingly, Messiah, I wanted to mention, you try to make that most years. Nice. I have to say that, yeah, they should absolutely be at the Newport Folk Fest. They totally belong there. I was going to say, Messiah, when you mentioned the thing that I'm into folk pop, the truth is I'm into good music. I try to play it with my own band, and one of the things that I really privilege is songwriting. I try to make a big effort to write good songs in my own band. So when you get a chance to hear really good songwriters at their craft, And they're young. I mean, they've got to be like at the most like 27, 28. Maybe they're like, 30. I mean, they're young guys, but so good. And like every song on the Man of Stone album, every song is like that. Like that song, but that's the other thing too. That song you just heard is a song about overcommitting yourself when you're younger and trying to do too many things. And so they have that line, I tried to divide myself by my desires and follow each dream to its grave. But in all of the ways I bury myself, I begged and I pleaded to stay. I mean, it's so good. Like, I mean, and how many times do you hear someone writing a song about overcommitting to lots of things in life? It's just, they're just unusual. I don't know. I love them. So I'm a big fan. Yes. Yes, it is, Thor. So's 42. Anyway. All right, let's get into some games, folks. I wasn't planning to do a big thing, but I feel now much better. I feel calmer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for sure. I just think songwriting, I take great pride in trying to write good lyrics and trying to write songs that stand out. And I've talked before about a guy named Mike Massey. You guys can do a search for him on YouTube, who does these amazing covers. And he's great. Like, he did an amazing cover of More Than a Feeling. He does an amazing cover of Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And it's like him and this bass player in like some random pizza place in Utah. And he still has a great sound. Amazing. But he's doing covers. And the thing about that is what you just heard from them. They do a cover once in a while, but the vast majority of what they're doing is original music, and they're hitting it out of the park. To write stuff that well and perform it that well is badass. Badass. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, no, listen, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Zebji. Yeah, look, man, if you're not passionate, what are you doing? You got to be passionate about something. And for me, it's definitely family. Actually, in this order, probably. Family, community, making connections, writing, and music. And I'd say that teaching... See, the thing is that teaching's up there too, but I guess I'd probably say family, community, writing, music, teaching, and then games. But game, that's like really high on my list. Then it's like other things that I like. But those group of things are all in the same thing. And all of them, by the way, writing, music, gaming, and family even, those are all related to building communities of some kind or another. So, and teaching too. So anyway, family, communism, writing. Oh, my pleasure, Blackberry. Yeah. I just think they're amazing. I really do. So if you get a chance to see them, they also do national tours, by the way. They went out west. They were out in Seattle for a while. They've done some stuff in Canada. They do stuff, obviously, their big sort of focus is the Northeast. So like, they do a bunch of stuff in Boston. They go to Western Massachusetts. They come down to New York. But they also go to like upstate New York. They do a lot of like the smaller folk venues. And the folk venues are like, they're different. They're not sort of the big places. Although the Mercury Lounge is well known down here, but it's still like a smaller place. But I would love to see them at the Folk Festival. The thing is that they're as good in like huge venues though, because I'm telling you, even outside, they had these little speakers. You know what I mean? Like Parker, you'd probably know what size they are. They're like these small deals, whatever. And the sound is just boom. Like it's good stuff. Good stuff. The Eden Project. I haven't heard of them before. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Insect. I hear you. Yeah, 5, they're worth it. They're worth it, 5, because they're right up in your area. If you're southern New Hampshire, I mean, they're up there all the time. In fact, I think, I'm not going to do this now, but you guys can take a look at their page and see it. Anyway, I've given them now a whole bunch of free advertising. Yeah, I really hope that doesn't get auto-muted or something, but I don't know. I love them so. But let's get on to some games, shall we? Pillars of Eternity time. Yeah, they're great. They have a song called, they have a song about their father. I don't know if it's actually their father or just the character in the story who gets kicked out of his place, like he can't afford to pay rent anymore. And the song is something like, Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it with this music playing, but it's really, really good. They have another one called Eastern Standard Time. Goodbye, goodbye, Eastern Standard Time. I could be roses in the morning, could be roses on my way. Another really good song. They have a song about the running of the bulls, talking about this person that they used to know, that they loved and cared about, and I guess they went to Spain with them or something. It's just really cool stuff. So, all right, let's get into some gameplay, shall we? Let's see. Where are we? I think we're in Deerford Village, I believe. I expect to wrap up Act 2 tonight, I think. I do have to wrap up a couple of tasks here, and one task that I originally forgot about in Defiance Bay. But then, after that, I think I should be close to wrapping up Act 2, so. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well, and yeah, sorry about the botched opening tonight, but man, things happen. Things happen. But I'm in a better mood now. Listening to good music always helps. Chuck Reagan? I've heard, I've heard of Chuck Reagan. Is it Reagan or Reagan? I have heard of him, but I know very little about him, Messiah, I gotta be honest. I should check him out. I've seen Bob Dylan. I've seen Dylan. He came to Yukon and played with his band. It's pretty good. You saw one of those pictures. They have a piece of clothing weapon that a character I like laying there left behind they never depart with. Oh, that's nice, Insect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see. I can see how that would be powerful. Okay. Let's figure out what we got here. I have got... Dream and memory. Learn of the grieving mother's past. Child of 5 sons. That's Twin Elms, so I can't do that yet. That's also Twin Elms. That's Sagani's quest. That's Endless Paths. Again, Endless Paths. More stuff from Durance. And that Saints War Battlefield with Ader I'm about to do tonight, actually. So... So that and the nest egg.
Of course.
So let's do it. Yeah. No, I mean, listen, no, my daughter is a wonderful, wonderful kid. Like, I you know, love her to death, and she's a really, really great child. But she's got a very powerful emotional core, and something happened that upset her at school, and she was acting very emotional tonight, and I was kind of like, baby, what's going on? Something happened to you at school, and then she told me what happened, and I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, like, those can be fun. I don't know about having 3, though. I've just got the 1, so we'll see if we have a second or not, but, you know, but she's an amazing, amazing child. Oh, cool, Thork. And yeah, like Buddy Holly, sure. Flame in the Flood. Oh God, you know, I don't understand complaining about Grieving Mother. I had to read a bunch of text. It's like nobody does anybody do any research on games ever? Like, I don't understand. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons and then complaining that you had to play a character's role. Like, it's Dungeons and Dragons. What do you think you're gonna do with it? I just don't understand. Like, why would you not? I don't know. People are funny. That's my conclusion. People are funny. Alright, up here I'm pretty sure is where we find the dragon's egg, because this is from the beta area, so... Yeah, you know, and my daughter is too, Insect, and one of the things that I talked to her about, actually, is that I'm also emotionally driven, but I used to believe that I wasn't. And I used to sort of keep it buried. So what would happen is I would react inwardly, but not externally. I mean, I would, you know, I wasn't like a cold fish, but something would happen, like I'd get upset about something, and I just sort of like keep it inside. I'll tell you where that got me, and that got me at the age of 41 on a hospital table with arrhythmia that had to be treated, where I had to be cardioverted, which means my heart had to be brought back into rhythm. That's what happened. because I'm convinced of it, because you internalize all the emotions you feel, and they go somewhere. They don't just leave. I used to think that I was like, oh, you know, I'm fine. I can handle all these things. You know, it's no problem. It doesn't bother me. But it did bother me. Things did bother me because I'm a human being, and human beings have emotional feelings. So one of the ways to sort of thread the needle that I've been talking about with my daughter is I want her to feel it, but then I want her to be able to, once she, you know, acknowledge she feels it, but then I want her to be able to talk and express it in a way that's appropriate. So she feels it and then can talk about, this kind of bothered me when this happened because of this, or I got upset because of this, or whatever. And that's a much healthier way to be, rather than either pretending you're not feeling it when you are, or just like volcanic explosions, right? Like, you don't want to just be going along and all of a sudden, like, blam, you're angry, or blam, you're sad. It's that combination of feeling it, acknowledging you feel it, and then saying, now let me think about how to express it in a way that'll be beneficial for everybody. That's what you need to do. So there you go, Roix. Yeah. That's all right, man. That's okay, Insect. No, you don't want to conceal that stuff. But the thing is, you want to be appropriate, right? I mean, honestly, I'm going to get a little bit model in here. It's honestly about love. Honestly, it's about compassion, and it's about love. And what I mean by that is that everyone around you feels, as a human being, feels what you feel. They've all had triumphs. They've all had failures. They all have people they care about. They all have people that piss them off. And the more we understand that, the more likely we are to help each other rather than hurt each other. I was on O'Kadrian's channel yesterday as he was talking about the riots in Baltimore. And one of the things that struck me was, and I don't want to get into a discussion of this right now about the riots thing. I don't want to get into it here. But I just want to say that, first of all, I think it's unfortunate that what got reported was the riots and not the beating, yet again, brutality against a black man that led to this. So I'd rather talk less about the reaction and talk more about the trigger point. But beyond that, the fact that there was not as much of a search and seeking for love among the people involved. And that's something which transcends religion, it transcends politics, it transcends gender, sexuality, ethnicity. Love is a universal constant. Everybody feels it for someone. And I wish that we would be closer connected to that in a way. And the more we could do that, the more likely it is that we'll be closer together as a species. So. And yeah, that's exactly right, Roix. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, like, and that's the thing, like, it's like, I do actually feel, like, World of Warcraft had some of this stuff too, where they had a really cool story. And now you just see these people, like, I'll never forget, I played Dungeons & Dragons Online. I went into this one dungeon, and this is what happened. I walk in, I had this, like, pickup group of people. I didn't know anybody in the game. So I get into the group, we go into a dungeon, and everybody in the dungeon immediately, like, runs off and starts doing everything. And I'm like, what? And I just see on the side of my screen, like, experience, like, quest marker. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't have any notes to read. I didn't have anything. It was just like, I'm like, well, that was exciting. How to play a game on autopilot. It's just so not the way I play. I don't know.
Light, flame, and
right.
sound.
Exactly what Five said. You don't have to play it that way. But I do think that WoW sort of encourages that a little more than some games do. But everyone can just, like, run through games. And I don't get it, man. I don't understand why people do that. Yep. Yep. There are those worms. Okay. Wow. This was a tough fight when I faced them in the beta. This is not a tough fight right now. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They nerfed ciphers a fair bit, did they really? That's interesting. Why do they do that? Well, so I imagine that the forums are just losing their mind over that, right?
Yes?
Okay, I'm pretty sure up here,
They shall see nothing while
somewhere
I
around
see
here
much.
is the, somewhere around here was that nest egg thing. Wow. My guy's just absolutely wrecked face.
The better part of valor.
Wrecked face. A man turns to face you, wiping blood from his estoc. His knit brows betray a moment of confusion, but as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps over his face. The Iron Brand does not meet many travelers this far from the road. What would they be doing out here? An elven man cocks his head at the other. Probably after that dragon egg, same as us, boss. A dwarf curses and spits into the grass. It's a rhetorical question, you dimwit. He tightens his grip on his sword. Everyone knows the roads between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits, same as us. Surely we can divide the spoils somehow. An excellent idea. Just leave your coppers and equipment in a pile at your feet, and we'll call that a fair split. Boss, I don't think they're going for it. It was worth a try. Oh. Okay, so much for that idea. Okay. Jam break. Oh my God, man. I mean, just wrecking face. Wow. What? Oh my God, man. What in Oh my gosh, that is just absurd. Ooh, that's cool. You think I am a bit overlevered? Hey, Fallen, what's up? How you doing, Fallen? Yeah, I think I might be a little... Might be a little overleveled for this area, yes. I would agree. I just can't get over... Like, I mean... Good God, man. Alright. So this thing, Stag Helm. This large helm is forged in the shape of a stag's head, complete with antlers of gleaming silver. The large eye holes comprise the only opening in the helmet's face. Those who wear the helm gain some aspect of the creature whose visage they wear, for they find themselves more sure-footed and swift and their endurance improved. That's pretty awesome. Oh my God. That's the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. No. In no way will Ramirez wear a stag's head. No. Resolve 1, perception +1. Ah, see, alright. That's all, see, that's okay. I mean, it's not quite my look, but I like the extra dexterity, but man. Oh, congratulations, Fallen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand that either. Okay, the grimoire. Let's go there. Oh. Only wizards can learn this spell. Okay. Alright. Wow, I can't believe how much this was ridiculous. Nice, Fallen. What's the job? Oh, dear.
I'm here.
There's the egg. Alright, I can do this. The cliff face is blackened and melted like a candle wax. There's a small outcropping overhead with what appears to be a crude nest. It looks like a challenging climb. Grappling hook. Toss the grappling hook over the ledge, holding the attached rope with one hand. Oh, nice. I heard that little sound effect. The hook lands with a satisfying clang, and you secure the line with a firm tug. You take another look at the cliff. There may only be space for one person at the top. Climb it myself. Quick ascent. You climb to the nest in the cliff with ease. The nest is surrounded by glowing embers. Twigs and bones litter the area. An egg the size of a small keg is nestled among the detritus. It looks heavy and awkward to carry. Let's lower that rope. You lower the egg with slow, steady motions. Once the prize has reached the bottom and settled into the dirt, you safely climb down the cliff. Didn't give me that option before. Yeah! I got the egg! Got the egg! Egg get. Great egg success. Okay. Nice. Alright, we're going to go back and give her the egg. And then we're going to go check out the battlefield. I did, Thorg. But then I managed to figure out how to do it. Then I figured out how to do it later on. Okay. Excellent. Oh, nice, man. Egg salad. I guess the yolk wasn't on me. I didn't want to chicken out or anything. I was worried I might be a little shell-shocked by the whole affair. Alright, Hendina. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the road anytime soon. I found the dragon egg. Hylia's feathered tits! Okay. She claps her hands together, wincing at the pain. I knew you could help. How'd you manage it? I'm not much. I found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. Amazing. Not a single crack. She runs her bandaged hand across... That cracked me up. Nice. Oh, man. I thought that joke went over easy. Ha ha ha! She hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among her shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients into your hands. Everything you need to brew a good, strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to get into. And come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends. She winks. Deerford Village, moderate positive. Nice. Task complete. Awesome. Okay. So now we are going to travel to Cleoban Rilag, and that's also where I need to go for Ader. So that's where we're going to go next. Before we do that, I just want to check and see what alleged ingredients she gave me. 600 copper, ogre blood, river reed, and emerald. Okay. Lovely. That's what it always is, Shadow. That night is every night. Don't you know that we're scrambled a little? I like a hard-boiled tail, don't you? Get the shell out. Let's see how we're doing on time. She said 2 to 3 hours. So, okay. All right, here we go. Here we go, people. Here we go. Welcome to the wonder of doing things on stream. Ah. Okay. All right. There it is. You guys see that? That's an acupuncture needle. So, that was just sitting in my wrist like this. Like that. This way. And actually, hold on. I think the tinnitus is better. I'm starting to get super impressed with acupuncture. Can I just say? Yeah, no, don't step on it. Yeah. I'm starting to get super impressed with acupuncture. I mean, you know, we'll see. I don't want to make any, like, claims yet. We'll see how I feel later. But, like, acupuncture does some amazing stuff. Yes, I was just going to say that, Five. I do find it effective. And it's normally, it's not the kind of thing where you, like, you go into it. And normally I don't leave a session and go, oh, yes, everything I felt, like I walked in and I had a headache and I leave and I don't have a headache. But I have to say that for the most part, over the time that I've been working with her, I feel much better collectively, like in the aggregate. She also has a background in neurology. She's a medical doctor and then became an acupuncturist. And she has a background in neurology. So I have to say that when I was all worried and freaking out about like tinnitus and about like what it might mean and my, you know, all that kind of stuff, it was really good to have someone with a background in neurology. Because she was running all these like neurological like, you know, tests that she could do. I don't mean like, you know, CAT scans or anything, but like being able to, you know, do tests about like feeling different aspects of pressure, asking questions, like having me follow a light around, like do different things to determine, you know, things on the outside. And so it was nice to have that. So yes, I do find it effective. I can't say yet whether it's going to be effective in every case. But there's a lot of people. I have not had the reaction when I talk to Western doctors, Western medicine doctors. I usually don't have anyone say, oh, that's nonsense and that's garbage. Like sometimes you talk to some people about some things and they're just kind of like, no. Like if you talk to them about things like crystal therapy or aromatherapy, they're like, no, that's nonsense, doesn't exist. But when I talk about acupuncture, they're like, yeah, I buy that. So there is definitely a lot of research that there's something going on with acupuncture. Exactly what Dragon said, exactly. Yes. That's, yeah, what Messiah said, exactly. Right, it's not, you know, it's not snake oil is the point. And it's the kind of thing that you think about it and you're sort of like, you know, if anyone told me I would be lying on a table with someone, you know, pushing needles in my body, I'd be like, what? But I have to say, it's worked. Okay. What? Already did that. All right. Supplicant leaving in 22 hours. If ignored, -4 prestige, 0 security. Payoff. I'll send an escort. There you go. Okay. And this is finished in 1 day, 14 hours. All right. I am glad, you know, I don't think the Stronghold is as effective as it could be, but I'm glad that there isn't a whole lot of having to go and babysit it. You know, most of the stuff you can do, like, from the actual, like, wherever you happen to be in the world. You don't have to go running back there all the time, which I'm glad about. Yes, it's manipulation of the nervous system, yes. That's why they talk about acupressure is similar to that, but acupuncture is more effective than acupressure, I imagine, because, you know, the needles that, like, normally what she'll do is I'll go in, she'll place needles in different areas which are touching different energy points, basically, and also stimulating nerve endings. But then she'll leave the needles in, and there's some cases, like the one that I just showed you guys, where she actually left the needle in for a couple of hours after the session was finished. And so that's a benefit above acupressure, because acupressure you can do like individual pressure points, right? But you can't like keep the pressure on for the most part. With an acupuncture needle, you leave it in on the nerve ending, and you can do many of them at once. So with acupuncture, you can put, you know, 10 needles in your body, leave them all there for like 20, 25 minutes, and in some cases leave a couple of them for a few hours after that. There's even some small like little needles which are semi permanent ones. I shouldn't say permanent, but they're ones that last for like 4 or 5 days. So you can do that in a way that you can't do with acupressure. So, an escort, huh? Yes. Okay, here we are at Cleob and Rillag. All right, now, 2 things we're trying to do here. First thing we're trying to do is we need to find this place because there are Glanfithan tribes guarding the ruin, but we need to find out what the Leaden Key operatives are doing here. Also, this is for Ader. This is the Saints' War battlefield. So he wants to see the battlefield, and it was a battle that took place here.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
So 2 quests that we're doing here. Steelers picked Bud Dupree, offensive linebacker. Good. Good. Oh, I mean outside linebacker. Offensive linebacker. Outside linebacker. Good. Good, but they need someone to shore up the line, though. So I hope they draft someone in the offensive line, too. But that's good. Outside linebacker. They got a lot of pass rushers in this draft. A lot of them. Oh, did you see who... Does anybody know who the... Because I live in New York, I'm curious. Did anyone see who the Jets and the Giants took?
This is the place. My big brother's last battle. I wish I could tell you what we're looking for. Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of reign has him buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, all right?
I feel like Matthew McConaughey could play Ader. In the Pillars of Eternity movie, Matthew McConaughey's going to play him. You give me a holler, all right, all right. I feel like that role's made for McConaughey. Whoa. Hi. Well, you have been missed on stream, Messiah. All of you, both through humor and everything else. The Giants took Eric Flowers. Oh, the Jets took Leonard Williams. Oh, okay. All right, well, Leonard Williams, yeah. The Jets got Williams? How did the Jets get Williams? Did they trade up? What's up, Mosky Bear? Nicolas Cage can probably play Durance. Yeah, I was trying to think about that. We need someone to do that. We should have Christopher Walken playing Durance. And, guys, what does the... Guys, jeez, what does the flame reveal? I got a fever. Okay. A man stands before you, his face smeared with green and ochre dyes. Hides... He fell to 6th? Wow. Nice, that's a big steal. With green and ochre dyes, hides and furs cover his body, and he holds a spear in one hand.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
Back to your village, Estremor. You are lucky the 3 Tusk Stelgar hunt other quarry today. I'm looking for a group of people who may have already entered the ruin. So are we. That is why we wait here, Estremor. And that is why I've decided to let you leave in peace. These individuals are my enemies too. If you let me in, I could bring them out for you. And allow even more Estremor to trample sacred ground? Certainly not. Never mind the fact that the ones inside are probably picking the place clean as we speak. What will you do? We will wait. If they are inside, they must come out. And when they do... He slides a fingertip along the point of his spear and shows you the drop of blood. What do you know about Chiliban Rillag? It is a sacred place of the builders, and neither your feet nor ours shall sully its stones. The grasses, however, he grins and hefts his spear, I will gladly water with your blood. I think you need to stand down a little bit, bro, because the only one watering blood is going to be you, taking your own blood that waters the grass. I'm better than you, so... What's 3 Tusk Stelgar? Have the farmers grown too fearful to even mention our name? We are the fiercest of the 6 tribes of Glenfeth, and we are the guardians of the monument here. Never heard of the builders. They are known by other names in the heathen tongues of farm folk. They are the ancients who built this place and many more like it, and we of the 6 tribes guard their legacy. Alright, I'll deal with you guys later. First of all, I'm finishing up this other quest, and then I'm going to come back. I got you. Oh, really? So it sounds like a lot of people are happy.
Not much here.
So is there any team so far that people are like, what the hell are they doing? Has any team gotten the whole, like, oh my god, why response yet.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Alright, I'm exploring for Ader. I'm also trying to figure out how to deal with those guys over the bridge.
Too recent.
Ah, but there's Orland's Bramble Ring. What is that? Orland's Bramble Ring. Plus 15 defense against hobbled, 15 defense against paralyzed, 50 defense against stuck, plus 3 damage reduction pierce. Wow. I like that quite a bit. Yep, that isn't even working. Because it doesn't stack. That does. Alright. Nice. Cool. Alright. Lovely. Ah, that's cool. Everything is awesome. Well, Chip Kelly really wanted Marcus Mariota. I did hear that. I heard that Jameis Winston went 1 to Tampa, which everyone knew was going to happen. And I heard that Marcus Mariota went number 2 to Tennessee, and they didn't trade him. So, I'll tell you what, man. The Eagles have hitched a whole lot of horses to Chip Kelly's wagon. They better be right, because if they're not, they're going to have a rough time. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Didn't trade him yet. Yeah. I guess they could trade him. Seems odd they wouldn't have done it already. I mean, unless they're just waiting to get even more from the Eagles. See, I think Mariota's going to be good. I just don't... I don't know.
Nothing over here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing.
Well, as long as it makes you feel good, Ader, and gives me experience.
I think I see... No. Never mind.
This is actually pretty cool, this banter.
Hey, something metal in the ground. Over by that boat.
What boat?
Those face painters can't guard that place forever.
What boat? Metal in the ground over by the boat. What boat?
These ruins are claimed, friend. On your way.
No need to get riled, boys. We're just passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Eothasian.
How about that? A godless sack of shit. We got a blazing corpse worshiper on our hands.
They got Tebow, so they don't need anything else. I thought you said they were looking for a quarterback. Hey-oh!
Actually, they never found the body.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges. Didn't we, Pag?
This is not going to end well.
Seamstresses?
Make your cracks now. Got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
Surely the gods want peace between us.
And what part of a war goddess wishes peace? No, friend. Only through the blood of our enemies is our goddess quenched. Doesn't matter who it was for anyway. Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
So, again, really, guys? 6 guys. We're 6 versus 2, really? So much for your purges.
They were right. That was short work.
They were right. That was short work. So how far did he drop? When Denver must have picked really late in the draft. Ooh, that could be really good. How far did he drop? When was Denver picking? It's just so dumb. Why would you... I swear, man. He dropped all the way to 23rd. You know what? Let me just say, it is so ridiculous. Ooh. Steel ornament once rested atop a raid sword and standard in the Saints' War. It's shaped to resemble a rising sun. Okay, I just have to say, they did make the right choice. We are such a Puritan society in America that we care this much because a kid smoked some weed. Really? The kid's got some... I mean, granted, it's not the smartest thing to do 2 days before the draft, but the kid's got some weed on him, and he drops all the way from what was considered to be a top 10 or 11 pick all the way to 23rd because of marijuana. What? Ugh. I know it's just the NFL, but I don't know, man. Okay. The tip of some metal object protrudes from a mound of watery river silt. With both hands, you and Ader begin digging in the mud until the object is dislodged. Yeah, there are drug rules on marijuana, but certainly not steroids. What's the bigger concern, marijuana or steroids? Oh, okay, well that could be curious. I don't know. I don't know enough about him to know. That's different. If that's the case, fine. But if it's a matter of just because he did some marijuana, I mean, come on. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is a steel semicircular frame about the size of your fist. At even points around the semicircle, jagged points jut out like tongues of flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's center is the carved silhouette of a Vorlus plant.
I've seen these before. They've topped the standards of Raid Ceres. Or did when Wyvern was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
Do you think you can help us, Grieving Mother? Look, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but I don't think there's much chance that this nice stranger lady happens to be a cipher. What? Of course she's a cipher. I will do what I can, but I will need the skill of a watcher to aid my own, to identify the soul once I have found its traces. Ader hands her the steel sun. The motion is mechanical, unconscious. The Grieving Mother takes the sun in one hand and yours in the other, and you can feel her presence in your mind, her thoughts bidding you to relax. Focus, she says, and the word reverberates as if through an endless chasm. You close your eyes and concentrate. The sun is bright in your mind's eye, warm with the pulse of collective experience, and noisy with the thoughts of the past, of battle, of faith, of home. Oh, interesting, Thorg. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. You drift from voice to voice, thought to thought. Ader's soul, a vibrant signature with which to locate his brother. So they just thought I was bringing along this peasant woman for the hell of it? Really? One voice stands out amidst the din, brassy and earnest, a shade brighter than Ader's, but unmistakably of the same construction. You have no image of its owner, but his journey is imprinted within the points and curves of the steel sun, and in your mind it opens before you as a path stretching both southward to Gilded Vale and northward over the uneven terrain that joins the Dyrwood to Raid Ceres. Yes, insect. You trace the... Oh! If you want to buy my books, Insect, you can actually contact me. If you send me a Twitch private message, I can let you know. A lot of people have actually bought books through me, and I'll actually tell you that I have got about, I think, 3 books of my novel left. I've only got about 3 novels left of mine. I have some short story collection called Heroes, my Heroes collection. Not mine, but like I have a short story in that collection. I'm going to be getting copies of that when I go to Columbus, basically about a month from now for Origins. And then when Icarus comes out, hopefully sooner rather than later, I'll have that. But otherwise, I'm almost out. I'm going to have to get the short story collections instead because I'm almost out of my own novel. Because it is out of print. You know, it's been remaindered now. And I just did so well selling them that they're almost sold out. So, yes. And if all goes well with the publisher, if all goes well with the Ed Greenwood Group that's doing my Grey Shade series, the Grey Assassin trilogy starting next year, then they may end up re-releasing the Third Sign, both in physical form but also as an ebook, and then releasing books 2 and 3 in that series as well, Messiah. So hopefully, from your lips to God's ears, as they say. But yeah, if you send me a Twitch PM, Insect, I'm happy to explain how you do it if you want to get my novel. Or actually, one of my short stories, too. One of the short story anthologies that I have. You trace the path back to its origin, far back as you can find, gliding over plains and hillsides to a one-room home in Gilded Vale with a thatched roof and a dirt floor. The path is faint here, its distance and time rendering images blurry and details scarce. From Gilded Vale, it follows a voice towards Madmere Bridge, reading the gates of Defiance Bay before diverting abruptly, cutting northward in a beeline for Raid Saras. I'll show you in a sec. It's that. That is my novel, The Third Sign. And a number of people actually in my chat have bought it. And normally the deal I have is that $20 that you send via PayPal, I will ship this to you, assuming you live in the United States. I will ship this to you at my cost. If you live in another country, then I also have shipped books out of the country, but then I have to pay more. So then you have to pay more to sort of cover the shipping cost. But then I'm happy to sign the book to you if you like and ship it to you. And this is my last... The other 2 copies that I have are water damaged, so I could maybe sell you one of the 2 water damaged copies for cheaper, but I basically have 3 copies left. I have 2 water damaged and then 1 like brand new one that's right here. And the rest of them are on Amazon, so. Oh, would you? Yeah, so if you guys want, I mean, this is all I got. This is it. I got 1. That's my brand new one. And then I've got 2 water damaged ones. And you can see that they're a little bit, right? So I could sell these for less, and that's all I got. I got 3 books left, and that's all. And then they're sold out. Amazon has some of these, but I'm pretty sure now that Amazon, all of Amazon's copies, I think they only have like 8 or 10 left, and the ones that they have are all like they're all, I want to say, like ridiculous, like $60 and up. So and 5, yes, if you guys want a signed copy, feel free to drop me a Twitch Prime private message, and I can we can exchange details. But I've had a number of people do that. This one for the water damaged ones, I would charge less, so I would charge $15 each for the water damaged ones. And again, it's just because they're water damaged, and this new one obviously would be 20. So. But it's up to you guys. I mean, I got 3 books left. That's it. Twitch has done such a good job for me. I've sold a number of books through Twitch. So, and then hopefully, if Icarus gets the heck out quickly, I'll have more books of that kind. I also have, I didn't make this into a book selling stream, but, I've also got these. Time Travel Tales. I have a short story in this book. And I have Time Travel Tales Volume 2. And in fact, this one, Time Travel Tales Volume 2, has my story, The Lost Sweeper of Calden. And you guys on my Twitch stream helped me to name that story. Helped me come up with the title of the story. So anyway, I have some of those. Those are anthologies from, again, I just have 1 short story in each of these. There's also an anthology called When the Villain Comes Home. I have a story in that anthology. And I have a new anthology coming out, a new story coming out in an anthology called Heroes, is the name of the anthology. My story is called The Caretaker of Meyer. And that's actually already out in ebook form. And I'll be getting physical copies of that in a month. So... Yep, that's it. They're $2.29 on Amazon. Do I only take PayPal? Yes, Messiah, basically. I basically do only take PayPal, yeah. I mean, but the thing is that PayPal has gotten to the point where it's very, very broad. I mean, like, you can now... PayPal accepts payments from all over the place. Credit cards, checking accounts, stuff like that. So... But yeah, I use PayPal. Actually, I have a little thing that plugs into my phone, so I can now sell books, and I can use it. It's like a swiper that goes into the top of my phone, and it's awesome. It works really, really well, and just deposits money directly into PayPal. So, what was I going to say? $2.29. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Tech Mason? I passed you on the campaign. You'll have to catch up. Oh, yeah? Yeah, sorry, man. I'm trying to make good progress on this. I haven't been able to do it tonight as much because just different things. The opening started, and then we've been having lots of really interesting conversations and stuff, so. Okay, cool, 5. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, guys. I don't, you know, obviously my writing is a big thing for me, an important part of this stream because I focus so much on story and narrative and stuff, but I appreciate that very much. I would be happy to do it. And once I get the money, then I basically will send this out. I send it out quickly, like within, you know, the early next week, so that's the deal. The cover art was done by a guy named Joshua David Genovese is his name. Actually, McClurg Genovese is his full name. And I met him at a convention. I want to say it was Gen Con that I met him at, actually. Yeah, I ended up really liking him, and I talked to my publisher about it, and they agreed to use him. So I really liked him for that cover. Yeah, he did a good job. I was pretty impressed with it. So yeah. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like. So there's a. This has been a fun stream, but it's a stream of like everything but games right now. But that's cool. So I've got 2 of them. So there's one that everybody uses, which is called Square, and that's what it looks like. And it plugs into the headphone jack, basically. And that gets through Square. I use that, but honestly, the one I use now exclusively is this. Whoops. As I've now broken it, so no. The one I use now exclusively is this one. PayPal. Same thing. It actually plugs in, and then there's a little swiper there, so you can just swipe the card through. Works perfectly. Like, it really is amazing, the stuff they're able to do now with these things. It really is pretty cool. As I now put all this stuff back. Messiah. Yep. Yep, indeed. Okay. Where were we? From Gilded Vale follows a road. Oops. From Gilded Vale follows a road towards Madmere Bridge, reaching the gates of Defiance Bay before diverting abruptly, cutting northward in a beeline for Raid-Ceres. This is cool. It's like CCSI with a soul line. The path leads to a Raid-Ceres city, regal and austere in the Aedir Imperial style. It winds through streets and climbs a grand set of stairs into a stately building, passing through pointed archways into what appears to be a throne room. Upon the throne sits a man whose head is pure, blinding light, and as its gaze turns to you, the light drowns out all else. Its voice carries the force of thunder, but its words are impossible to make out in the imprint, echoes of echoes. The voice and light fade, and the path bends backwards, carrying you along to a barracks, then back southward, marching into Deerwood and skirmishing along the way. That's really cool. So he started way back in Gilded Vale, then he went to different places, Defiance Bay, whatever. Then he went to Raid-Ceres. The Raid-Ceres king, Raid-Ceres king sent them out, and now he's like now he's following his brother's soul as he does that. Upon one battlefield, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it just totally depends. Hey, what's up, Jerry? What's going on, man? It just depends, Insect, on... I don't know if I'll have them. I mean, I may have them, or they may all be sold. I'm not sure. So, I doubt I'm going to have the new one. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be sold by then. But the other ones, maybe. There you go, Demiser. There you go. Yeah, you know how it happened? It was stupid, too. I've sold pretty much all of them by now, except for these last 2. But what happened was I had one of those, you know, those like those car roof carriers, you know, like the external roof carriers. So when we traveled out to Gen Con one year, I brought some books to sell, and I put it in the carrier above the car, and I didn't realize that the carrier was not waterproof. So we went through a storm on the way there, and when we got to the hotel, we realized that a lot of the books had been water damaged. I shouldn't say a lot, like 6 or 7 of them had been water damaged. So yeah, those are the ones that are left. So what's up, Topkin? How you doing, man? Upon one battlefield, the imprint is vivid, and you see a Raid-Ceres standard topped with a steel sun, clutched in the hands of a fallen soldier. You see a young man in Raid-Ceres armor with Aedir's straw-colored hair race toward the standard and lift it, the path you've been following clear to see beneath his feet. And as his hand brushes the steel tip, you can hear his thoughts racing in a blur, and they are of his god and his country and a brother he hopes is far away from this place. In an instant, the thoughts are gone as well as the man, and the standard is passed to another soldier. You pick the path up again as it meanders south and disintegrates in the shadow of Clea Ben Rilag. You open your eyes.
Anything? Looked like you were working real hard there.
Your brother got as far as Defiance Bay before turning to Raid'Srus instead. He met Widewin there, then he enlisted.
What'd he talk about with Widewin?
Widewin's head was a beam of light.
I figured that. Woden and me had heard enough stories from his uprising to know it wasn't just some tall tale. Doesn't mean he was Aethys. It could have been some wizard's trick. It's what they talked about that's important. What'd they say?
The same cost. I could certainly get the Arvanet to sign it. She'd be happy to do that. Actually, when I went to Messiah, when I went to Wildcat Comic-Con, I brought last year, I brought probably, oh god, a good 20 books, and I sold like 15 of them when I was there. And my daughter Senevine signed like 4 of them. People were really excited to have her signing it also. So I don't know.
That's not funny. Come on. That metal sun, my brother touched it. You saw where he went. Now what'd he talk about with Widewin? Why'd my brother fight for Raid Saris?
I wish I had something better to tell you.
I guess that's it.
We'll find some other way to know why he did what he did.
I don't think we will. What will we do? Look for more war relics? We were lucky to find this one. Soldiers that fought with him are long dead. The battle was a massacre. Whatever Aethys knows, he's not talking to anyone.
You don't have to wait around anymore. I got what I needed. If only there were words to fill such emptiness. Better yet, to remove his doubt, his questions. I regret that my answers have only deepened his pain. Quest completed, huh? That was one of my earliest ones, too. Ader will likely never know what inspired his brother to change his allegiance. Really? That's kind of unsatisfying.
Hey.
How you feel about all
What's on
that?
your mind?
Tell me about your
Woden
brother.
was, about everything you'd want your firstborn son to be. Dutiful, honest. Put thought into everything he did. A real pain in my ass. Made me look bad about every way he could. It wasn't something he tried to do, but of course that just makes it worse.
Yeah, I have shipped books to the UK before, Messiah. Not to actually, I think I may have shipped a book to France once. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what to do about that. I can't. Unfortunately, I have to at least cover the shipping cost. Yeah, that's sad. I feel bad for Ader. I like Ader.
Not that he didn't get into trouble himself. He was just better about feeling guilty after. But we used to have this farmer near us, Hereward. Couldn't stop talking about how well he cared for his chickens. How their feathers were the whitest in town. Convinced the butcher to pay him double what the other farmers got.
Hey, I see Satobo in here, who has a copy. Satobo's read it. The book is called The Third Sign. Actually, it's funny because was teaching it in my class because my students wanted to read the book as the final book of the semester. It is about a boy named Kalen. And a group of people that he finds. He's driven from his city, Clun Anor, when it comes under attack by a mysterious group of enemies. And he goes to the closest place he can, which is Razorwood Forest, in search of a group of heroes. It's about a country called Clun, which is under constant siege by the countries that surround it. 10 years before the book starts, the country overthrew its enslavement, and they were protected at the borders because of a treaty that they signed with a group of honorable but xenophobic mercenaries called Arlex. And Arlek is that dude. That guy right there. He's one of the Arlex. And so 10 years later, the treaty is due to expire. Both sides are suspicious of the other. and sort of dark storm clouds of war are gathering on the borders of Clune. And so when Clune Anor is destroyed, this kid Kalen has to go find the people who were part of those who originally overthrew the enslavement 10 years before. So it's got stuff about, you know, sort of growing up. It's got stuff about covenants and conflicts and mercenary battles, political intrigue, and the like. Yeah. That's right, Topkin is a copy. Yep. That's right, Topkin bought it. Yep. Topkin has got a copy of it. No spoilers. No. Yes, those things that I gave you are not spoilers. That's all stuff you could basically read in the blurb 5. Yeah, you know, it was funny, Insect. My chairperson wanted me to do that. I always resisted it because the chairperson of my department. I always resisted it because I was like, I don't know if I really want to, like, teach my own book because it's weird, and what if my students feel weird about it? But actually, he said, you know, you're making a mistake because they're going to want to actually have the author in front of them to talk to for a change. And he was right. I gave them the choice, and my classes, last 3-4 years, my classes have always wanted to read mine. And so, yeah, he was right. It goes really well. They really enjoy it. And obviously, I mean, I'm a modern speculative fiction author, so publishing in the field. So my course is on fantasy fiction, and that's what it is fantasy fiction. So, but next year, I may end up teaching my book Icarus, assuming, you know, I'm not even going to say assuming it's out. It's going to be out by then. But I may end up teaching my book Icarus because the Third Sign is just about out of, you know, print at this point. So. Yeah, just drop me, Messiah, drop me a PM to Twitch. Just let me, just sort of to remind me. And then after the stream, either tonight or tomorrow, I'll see if I can address that. And I'll find out and let you know. I hope it's epic. It is an epic fantasy. I intended it to be.
Me and Woden got tired of hearing it. I was maybe 11, 12 at the time. We borrowed about 6 different dyes from the dyer one night. Dyed Hereward's chickens every color but white.
That's funny. There, yeah, that, right, Deviser? Well, yeah, although Redwall, it does not have animals, though. You know, Redwall has got the whole animals thing going on. It's cool. Redwall series is a cool series, but it doesn't have that. I do have animals in it. Wolf companion, a hawk companion, horses, and then the Arlex themselves are not animals, but, you know, I could see the relation. But it's not exactly in that line, but... Demiser.
Next morning, the butcher comes knocking, asking for 6 of his whitest chickens. We were feeling great, up until Hereward saw what we'd done. He just got on his knees and cried right there. All those colorful chickens around him, not knowing what to make of it. I thought it served him right, but I could tell Woden had other thoughts. Sure enough, the next day, every one of those chickens had been scrubbed down. They weren't white, mind you, but Woden sure tried. Never said a word to me about it, but I knew. That was Woden. My parents, they always let us be who we were. Never told me to be more like him or anything like that. Which was good, because I was never gonna. What's on your mind?
Okay, cool. I wanted to at least hear from him about his brother. Okay, see you, Kuthek. Thanks for stopping by. A virtual book club meeting. Nice. Well, you know, I have to say, that announcement that I mentioned, that announcement coming up a week from this Saturday, that announcement, Saturday, May 9th, that announcement may have some connections to reading and things, he said mysteriously.
Indeed.
All right, so I got that Saints War thing going on. So that's taken care of. Right, now I just have to get into the ruins. I'm actually a bear. Whoa. I'm going to do that later.
I'm here.
That may be a way that I can get around those dudes, but I'm going to do that after... Oh, actually, I have done all of it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. A broken bridge lies before you. Most of it appears to have crumbled into the river centuries ago, leaving 2 jagged ledges on either side of the water. You see a yawning passage into the mountain on the other side. You might be able to jump across the gap. It's Miser. Okay. Kana misjudges the gap and barely makes it across, spraining a wrist in the process.
On your word.
What? The hell? I want to see if that works. You find yourself back in the space inside the grieving mother's mind. It is familiar this time, and even though you feel you have seen countless births from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky is darkened and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant, like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet as it rises, the eerie melody drives the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. The noise resolves into a dull tone. As it resounds through your bones, you see that your hands are in motion. And once again you are drawing forth life, something warm and fragile struggling into the world. This scene feels familiar, a moment you have lived and dreamed 1,000 times before, and yet something ominous gnaws at the edges. Let's focus on the child. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear and sharp. Yet somewhere distant, they seem echoed by something else. Wails of sorrow, tolling bells? It's impossible to tell. Wrist is sprained forever. Damn it. An inexplicable sense of dread fills your soul as the child makes its journey to you, push by push. A malicious presence seems to surround you, and you lean forward to shield the child. At last the baby emerges, wet and ruddy from its journey. A lifetime seems to have passed as the newborn moved from womb to world, and another seems to pass as you cradle the trembling child, waiting. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the chime echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the dull clangor sounds, and you feel a weight hanging from your wrist. You look down and see bones, tiny and malformed, hanging from a string about your wrist. They're heavier than they should be, and as they clank together, they make a noise like funeral bells. The mother is too intent upon her newborn to pay you any heed, and so you hide your wrist behind your back. She need never know, can't ever know. As you hide the bone chimes, you shiver in relief with premonition at the chill wind that suddenly sweeps the plateau. Interesting. Alright, first of all, he's no longer maimed, or whatever, sprained, good. Alright, what happened, grieving mother?
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I walked again in your memories. This time they felt strange. I would see them again. Your vision gives way to waves of feeling. When you feel the jagged marks of violence you passed before, this time the path is easier. There is no resistance, and you set about casually harnessing our memories, focusing on the one you seek. There is a slow rush, a warmth, and your thoughts enter as before, circling the memory you shared when you first met. You find yourself back in the blah blah blah. The pain has layers. One is a pressure, a familiar, welcoming pain, and the other, it is sharp, a razor at your consciousness, more recent than this memory. Night, Parker. Have a good time at work, man. As you try to recall how you've reached this place, you feel the same hollowness inside yourself, a pit filled with the clawing winds of a Biawak. The very thought fills you with disquiet, like the memory of a nightmare. Okay, movement of your hand. Draw the child forth. Surrender the child. Okay. With effort, the scene bleeds of colors, and your mind becomes your own. The grieving mother stands silently before you. She seems unaware of what you've seen, or that you've entered her memories at all. I walked again in your dreams, thoughts, and I believe your memories.
And what did you see in my memories? I would...
It's that you're wearing on your wrist. She extends her hands, and the small chimes in her wrist sound at the motion, just as they sounded in her memories. The chimes are finely crafted of white adra. They are wrapped around the grieving mother's wrist with tiny woven braids of hair of different colors, from white to black, brown to blonde. You feel as if you're noticing them for the first time. If the birthing chimes were given to newborns, why do you wear a set now? Oh, you were given one.
There was no child to carry it.
Suddenly there is a rasping cry across your consciousness, and you see her flinch, visibly as if struck. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them, yet they make no sound as she moves. In your memory, they look like bones.
And carry the weight of 100 deaths. I know, Watcher.
Right, Messiah?
The Hollowborn.
The same chill you felt before is stronger now, as if it's welling up around your feet to your ankles. You feel a sudden urge to draw away, as if from an unpleasant memory.
The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the Tells spoke of such.
How would you know? Have you seen this future?
They can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
In the memory, you hid the chimes on your wrist from the mother. Why? It is not what I hid, but what she saw. She couldn't know. No more equivocation. What really happened at the birthing bell?
And what would you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
What happened mattered. Forgetting it doesn't make it less real.
And how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
Interesting. I'm going to spend more time with her until in order to break through the lies she's woven around us both. Yep, evasive is right. Okay, what's up, Ader?
Hope I didn't seem ungrateful back there on the battlefield. And you went out of your way.
It was important to you.
Got real close. Didn't expect that. And for a second, I thought I was going to finally see some answers.
Yeah.
Foolish, of course. And why should I get answers? There's a world of Aethasians out there who don't know if their god's been blown up. Still, man can't help looking back. Guess you'd know that well as anyone. I might have turned my back on my god when he needed me. That's all I'll ever know.
Let's see. What would your brother have to say about that?
He'd tell me to trust him. Of course, it'd be a lot easier if I knew it was mine. But, maybe I don't need to. Something to think about, I guess.
Interesting. Alright. Cool. Alright, that is the secret path into Cleoban Rillag. Alright, lead and key time, people. Lead and key time. Lead and key time. Okay, find signs of the leaden key within Cleoban Rillag. Alright. Time to find out what's going on. Oh, level 1, huh? Alright, I better save that. I can appreciate that, Messiah, sure.
And what does the flame reveal?
The thing I don't like is the fact that I don't have a mechanics person here. And it means that like, Aloth was my mechanics person. So, that's obnoxious. Let's go left first. Whoa, God. Oh, black ooze. Whoa, God.
I'm ready.
Huh?
Wow.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Trap detected. Where? Where have I discovered something? What?
I shall.
What? Where is it? Where exactly did I discover something? I don't see anything. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. And I swear, what's going on? Nice. Must be a bug. Whoa. Savages massed at the gates with their arrows and swords and spears. Yearning for conquest and plunder, their chieftains and warriors feared not vengeance of gods nor the wrath of their enemies. Death would not punish them. Swamp Lurker. Wow. Oh. This case is like, what? Need to be a little faster than that.
Leave it to me.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Quit. Stuck. Faithful.
You can drink water. Sometimes drinking water will satisfy hunger to a degree. Okay. Let's keep on rolling.
Of course.
Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. I keep drinking. Okay, this is, I was expecting I was gonna, like, I don't know. I didn't think this was gonna be quite what it turned out to be. Oh god, these guys. These guys are rough.
Sharp as steel.
Okay. Whoa! That damage, though. Wow, that damage. Wow. Wow. That's... Hey, what's up, Rob? Game Crashers. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Good to see you, boss. How you doing, bro? How is the life? How's that life? Good to see you, man. I have so many of these potions. So many. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think so, Top. I don't think I have enough. I've only got a space piglet, a black cat, a black and white cat, a tiny obsidian worm, a tiny white worm, a yellow lab, a black hound, and of course, my beagle. So I feel like more pets. It's gonna get raided by animal welfare. Nice, man, nice. Oh, Blackwood Bloodborne, nice.
Quiet as a calm sea.
Yeah, actually, Witcher 3 is, I think, May 23rd is the release date, right? I'm thinking I'm going to be done with this in time. I should be finished with it by then. My goal is to get this done and get Legend of Heroes done and hopefully get a Fighting Fantasy game book done by May 23rd. And since that's going to be summer will have started for me by then, that should be okay. Wow. I saw the Corrupted Druid and I'm like, you have got to be... I must take you down rapidly. Black Wyvern. It goes well, man. It goes well. I have to say that, I mean, knock on wood and all, but my party is starting to really just wipe the floor with the enemies they're facing. And, I mean, this is the main quest section, so... Oh my god, damn it. Wow. Just, I mean... They're just annihilating people. Man. I have not played either one. Yeah, there's a couple reasons for that. I'm not 100% comfortable with the way, especially The Witcher 1, well, actually both of them, but portrays women. It's not really, whoa. That's like another one of those machines that I saw, interesting, at the top of the tower. That's like the same thing I saw at the top of the tower in Heritage Hill back in Defiance Bay. Anyway, so I wasn't super crazy about that, and I just felt like it wasn't really what I was looking at for my channel. I've seen enough in The Witcher 3 that I feel like there may be some of that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm prepared. The channel's in a position where I can do it, and I feel like it's a different kind of I don't know. I feel like I'll have enough sort of, like, lead time where I'll be aware of it and sort of like, okay, I need to understand what kind of a thing this is. Corrupted druids, man.
Not even slowing it down.
Wow. Never could Picos accord with their chiefs. Can people find order when sunset brings darkness, but never a map in the stars of the sky? Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I also heard there were some serious problems with combat, too. I think I know about that already. Doing, by the way, in experience. Ah, see, I'm closing in on level 9. Only got about 739 left here, so. Yes, that's true, Rob. That's true. But you need to be, in my mind, I need to be careful about the games that I choose to play. And the, you know, I mean, like, there, for example, there are other places that I'm not super crazy about. And other worlds that I probably wouldn't therefore show on stream necessarily. And it's not like you know, like I think anybody else should be forced to, like, it's nothing like that. It's just nice. It's just sort of figuring out like what sort of vibe I want to give on my channel.
I shall.
That's all. But I'm not, like, against other people showing it at all. And also, yeah, I heard the combat was a big problem. Yeah, wasn't there a problem also with the camera in Witcher 1, or am I messing that up? I thought there was an issue with the Witcher 1 had a big problem with the camera also. I don't know if that's true, though. Yeah, I mean, like, in no way is it passing judgment on people want to do it, and I am going to do Witcher 3, so...
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
What you need to play, you know, Rob, you need to stop this Bloodborne nonsense. What you need to play is you need to play Legend of Grimrock.